and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, multilinguistic international coach therapist from DCT Center, and joining me again is Morganne Rayne, Adept, Visionary, spiritual guide, ceremonialist, and artist. Hello, Morganne.
Hi, Daiga. Good morning from the Pacific Northwest. It's so beautiful outside. Oh my goodness.
Is it warm at the moment where you are
It's
now?
well, we're at 64 degrees, which in the morning time, because it's what 9:30 here, that's actually a little bit warm. So it just tells me my day will be a little bit warmer today. Sun's out, beautiful. Already went out and did my barefoot grounding. Looked at all the plants. Yesterday, we pulled beets, the first beets of the season, and I ate beets last night. I'm going to eat the greens for lunch. So I'm pretty excited about that. I love eating from the fruits of our labor. And because I know the consciousness that it was grown in, and it's just beautiful.
And
And
it tastes
everything's blooming. It's
and
crazy.
it tastes differently.
Mm.
It's this I we have still have my parents still have summer house, yeah, and since I was 14 we grow there lots of different things, and everything, absolutely everything tastes completely different.
It does. I grew up eating from the garden, even as a little kid. My job was to weed. The kids always get the bad job, so mine was weeding. I grew up in the southern part of the U.S. in a place called New Orleans. Most everybody around the world's heard of New Orleans. Um, but I grew up there, and we always had a large garden. And in the mornings, I figured out in the mornings the best way to do the weeding was to go get up really early before it got hot. And so I could get a lot done in that cool time. But I would also start my day with something that was in the garden growing, whether it would be a tomato off the vine or a watermelon. I learned how to crack it open over my knee and just scoop it out with my hands. And I was just a little heathen. But I grew up so close to that natural way of being present with food. And people have gotten so far away from that. We go and we look in the grocery stores, and there's food in there out of season for our bodies. And I just kind of feel like being in the cycle of where you are is you get into the harmony of that area. But humanity's gotten so far away from that. Um, yeah.
But I don't know about you, probably or most definitely do that, but I tend to actually, even there in supermarket there is out of season food, I
Hmm.
don't buy them
Hmm.
because I find, let's say, strawberries, they are literally like plastic.
Yeah, yeah. It's
It's
we just finished. Well, I still have a few strawberries growing. Oh my God. I have these strawberries. They're called alpine strawberries. And alpines are like kind of like the original strawberry. They're not big, fat, juicy things. They're small. Oh,
I
but
have them.
oh my, when you bite into that, it's like an entire explosion of deliciousness hits you. It's even in your brain cells. You can feel it in your brain cells how nutritious and vibrant and alive that is. I found some when I first moved to this community, some of the plants, and then I decided to cultivate them up in a specific garden. Now it's crazy rampant with those strawberries. And ours are the ones I'm growing up there in the garden are white. Are yours white?
No,
Yeah, and they
no,
taste
mine is red.
they're red. I have some red ones too, but the white ones, oh my God, they taste like a cross between a banana and a kiwi. So whew,
Wow.
just burst in your mouth, delicious. I was teaching people on Saturday. We had a big work party here. We do that 3 times a year in this community. And someone was asking me about why did I grow so many strawberries. So I went and picked a few of them for her. And then she knew why I grew the strawberry. And she's like a naturalist, and she didn't even know about the wild strawberries. But when we can cultivate closest to us, especially what's indigenous to your area, I think that's really power. I think that we harmonize with that, and it harmonizes with us. So eating out of country, having things imported in, don't think that it is always the best idea. But again, if we didn't do that, people would probably go hungry because they've lost the capacity and the skills to create and grow their own. And that's part of my humanitarian project. I don't know if you knew that. With my humanitarian project, it's called Wisdom Sanctuary, and it's a beautiful place for healers and artists and those who have given of themselves in service to humanity, but they didn't exactly take good care of themselves. Like, they may not have a home or whatever. So it will be a place to gather up some of those individuals, to bring them to a place where they can just relax and receive healing themselves. But a part of the project is growing food and using ancient technologies to grow food, like the electroculture. Also, seed programming, using your own DNA from holding the seeds in your mouth. Do you know this? No, you
No,
don't. See,
no.
people don't know this. If you take seeds that you're going to grow for yourself and you put them in your mouth and hold them there for a few minutes, it encodes the seeds with your DNA, and that plant will grow specifically for you and what your body needs. Pretty cool.
Never heard about it.
Pretty cool. I did an experiment with 2 of my grandchildren one time, and we had 3 small garden plots. And I had bean seeds, squash seeds. I don't know, there's like 4 or 5 different kinds of seeds. And the 3 of us, we each did that with the seeds in our mouth. And the gardens were right next to each other. They should have, you would have thought everything would grow looking exactly the same. No, all the beans look different. My beans look different from my oldest granddaughter to the other granddaughter. Everything looked different. Everything tasted different. And it's because it grows with what you are and what you need. It's really powerful. I'd heard of this before, but there's a book series called Anastasia. I don't know if you know that book, though,
No.
that book series.
No, I hear about it.
Yeah,
I hear about it.
I'm looking.
I think
I got a set of those up there.
I hear about it, but I haven't read it yet.
Yeah, so she talks about that in those books, and that if anybody ever has the opportunity to read those books, they're, boy, talk about being in harmony with where you are, being the present where you are. Um, and that's what her work was all about, and tapping into source. She had the capacity to tap into source, and throughout the books, she teaches everyone has that capacity. We've just forgotten. So yeah, so part of my humanitarian project is to bring more awareness to our interrelationship with our food. So I'm pretty excited, and all of this is guidance. I didn't get up one morning and decide that I was going to do. It's like guidance just downloaded into me what it was to be, and I just started taking notes. And so I have notebooks with notes and pictures that I've drawn out, ways things need to be laid out. So we were talking before the show about following guidance. You'd asked me about my Tuesday, right? And I was pretty excited because I had been given instructions on where there was a vortex that had opened up, and it's a vortex that's only open for a short period of time, and that in that vortex, if you sit there, it can unlock love codes. I think my love codes are pretty well open and unlocked since I teach about it and I practice it. So Tuesday I was going to go up there and I'll fill the audience in. This is about listening to your guidance. So guidance said for me to go. I went on the logging trails. I hiked. I did all that, and I got to the spot, and I'm there. I know I'm there. I can feel it. But then I got the guidance. You're not to stay. And it was like I drove all this way. I hiked all this way, and now you're telling me I need to leave? Yeah. So I picked up my things and I walked back down that hill, and then I had to walk about 2 more miles to my car. And these were like logging trails that go up and down and up. I was pretty tired when I got there, and I was instructed to leave. So whether or not I was just there to trigger something or open something, I don't know, but I got a really clear message on what I was supposed to be doing at that time, and I followed it. And it was being, it's always about service to others, right? So I was led directly to go be with someone, and I did not know why, but when I got there, I realized that I was being led there to assist her with something that she needed assistance with. It's pretty important because it's about her end of life decisions. So, following guidance is so important, and whether it's receiving your downloads about what your projects are, saying, and following guidance isn't just, oh, I think everybody hears messages. It's whether or not you go, okay, I'll do that, okay, I'll take that up. And it's about saying yes to the guidance, and when you say yes to guidance, then way cool stuff happens. Stuff you don't know, you just don't know why or how it happens. You're open to that flow, and you're open to that mystery, and you're open to that magic. It's kind of like growing seeds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally resonate with you because my project, what I started was like it was burning in me. I couldn't live without putting this on paper. I couldn't live without collecting. I have my project. First of all, I have like sort of, I can't say business plan because business plan is with numbers and whatever else, yeah, that. But sort of plan how I see my project, yeah. Till that moment when I actually written all this out, I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then I have to put everything in images. Yeah, and
Mhm.
I find I for hours been sitting in internet. Yeah, and
Mhm.
every sentence what I wrote in my project as such. Yeah, I
Mhm.
look sort of picture which one could have be something similar what I'm looking for. Yeah, and came up with like huge amount of pictures, and I really, when I go through my project now, I can see I walk through actually this all. I can see myself there. I know I am there. That's the place. Yeah.
Yep.
So, and the same thing was with opening this YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't. There wasn't chance for me not to open. And I still don't know why I'm doing this, because I'm not one of those who is going up and now I'm chatting with the best of the best of the best of unknowns and whatever else they are, star seeds and those popular ones, yeah. And sometimes it feels like what I'm doing, why I'm doing this. But when any time when I'm thinking, okay, I'm too tired, I really don't want today do anything, yeah. Something again is pushing me, and I have to
Yep.
do it,
Yep. Yep.
and I have no idea why.
Yep.
And if you tell me, if you have some guidance why I'm doing this, then that would be very great.
Well, you know why you're doing it. You're guided to do it. That's part of your, it's part of your encoding why you're here. We don't, and in some ways we don't, we have a choice. We're always at choice. We can always say no, right? But we know that if we don't follow guidance, our lives aren't that fabulous. They just really are not. I remember I used to teach metaphysics, and I did that for a long time. And I had not been. I love teaching. I think I'm pretty good at it. I think people really resonate with what I teach. But I had not put much attention on my financials and supporting myself. I was just about writing curriculum and teaching and putting it out there, and I just really have not had a big emphasis on making money. It just, but then there's times when like money might be good here.
It would help, really.
Right. So remember that, I think I'm going to go get a job so that I can, start the 401k stuff and, and get things prepared. Well, I did, but I was miserable, and I wasn't doing what I wanted to do, what I was called to do. Yes, I was making money, but I was, um, there just, the joy wasn't there. Right. And then I remember when I was being called back to teaching again, and I was working, and I was like, really, I was like number one where I was. And, it's like, it's hard to give up that kind of position when you got this calling inside of you. But I knew enough at that time that I must follow that calling and keep moving. And it was shortly after that that Wisdom Sanctuary was given to me in a series of downloads, both in sleep and in awake times, visions and instructions and data, and what books to read, and what people to follow to get more information about how this project was going to unfold. So it gave me the time and the imagination, the time for the imagination. Did we talk about this being made in the image and likeness of God? About imagine? I don't think we talked about
No,
that,
we
did we?
haven't.
Okay, so this is like a big. I know I'm all over the place here, but where it says in scriptures we are created in the image and likeness of God.
Hmm.
What does that mean? Does it mean that we look like God? Does it mean that, what does that mean? So when you look at that word image, we have a beautiful word that we use called imagination. It's images that are generated from within. I believe that's the image we're created in, is the capacity to image, the capacity to see, the capacity to create what we see by alignment with it, by moving in the energetic direction of it. It's kind of like what we were talking about with the seeds, putting the seeds in your mouth. It's just let's take a cucumber seed, right? So you have a little cucumber seed, and there's a potential within that cucumber seed, right, to become a cucumber. But it's just a cucumber seed if you don't do anything with it. It's just a seed idea. It's not reached its potential because it hasn't got the elements that support it to release the codes that are inside of it to become cucumbers. So if you take that and you put it in the ground and you water it, you're giving it the dark, you're giving it the minerals, you're giving it the moisture to unlock itself, like to become. Now, if you put that seed in your mouth and before you plant it, you give to that seed who you are, your DNA, your energy, where your body is at. And then that same seed now combined with that, it's like having two parents, right? A mom and a dad. Each one contributes their DNA. You contribute your DNA to that seed, put it in the ground, and you'll get food that is perfect for you. So being created in the image and the likeness of the divine is that we have to employ our imaging skills. And those are the skills that have been dumbed down in humanity. Our inability to create. We want it given to us. We want it, we want to go buy it off the shelf. We want to do that. But we have within us the capacity to create everything that we need, everything. So this image and this likeness of the divine is our capacity to see and to know and to take that. No, it's like receiving your project, right? Once you said yes to it, you planted it in the fertility of your own mind and your own being. You said yes to it. That ignites it. That goes, oh, I can bloom here. I can grow here, right? And then it gives to you ideas and structures and whatever it is around it. It gives it to you because you said yes to it and because you can see it, and you'll find images that correlate with it, that start to resonate with it, that brings it more into being. It's very powerful. This capacity to image and imagine. In my classwork a lot, I talk about being curious. Curiosity has kind of flown out the window. People aren't curious. They're stuck to those iPhones and those pads and those computers. And so the only images they're receiving is what they want us to receive. Those who are behind the phones and the all of that. We're getting those projected into our own minds and to our own hearts. And it's giving us messages about how to be and what to do and how to think and all of that. If you were to close all that down,
Damn it. I haven't watched one news channel for 3 years now, at least.
Yep. Ditto. Well, longer for me.
3 years. For me, 3 years.
Yep. I have known for a very long time just this inner knowing. If when I would see news, I go, that's not correct. And I could turn it off. There was no engagement. I had no, it wasn't truth. so I couldn't resonate in it, so I couldn't watch it. But that takes you don't you disconnect from all of the input that people are telling you who to be, how to be, all of that, and then you get to discover who you are. One of my taglines for some of the work I've done is to discover who you are and how you create. Who you are and how you create. And I have a dear lady friend that I've been working with for many years, and she goes, "Oh, it always comes back to that, doesn't it? To discover who I am and how to create." And you go, "Yeah." It's kind of like that's the basics right there, because that's what we need. We need to know who we are. But if we're being constantly programmed with who we're not, and only do this if you want to be more like this, which is not who you are, they're just projecting these images. So in some ways, media and commercials and the hypocrisy have become the gods.
They try, most definitely try. And what I find now, if even for, let's say I still like some of series what they have, like Grey's Anatomy or Body of Proof or something. I like some series, yeah. And when you put TV on sometimes and news is on, it's like couple seconds, and I feel how they programming you already with the
Mhm.
music.
Mhm. And the
Not
colors,
they
and their colors. It's
colors red,
colors. It's
blue,
yep,
yeah, in the face
yep.
straight away. Music is all like banging something. You have to like feeling of some stress or something is going on or will happen in a minute, yeah. Sort of straight away I feel this,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And as more I disconnect, sort of I less watching even those series, because I now see through those series all this programming.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because even that, okay, nice film about doctors, about their lives, so on. It's very nice and interesting, yeah. But what they putting in, all about um, transsexuals, all about, oh, now kids now need to change genders, yeah, or something like that.
Yep.
So they programming all the time.
Yep. All the time. It's the way it's been for a chunk of time now. So
Yeah.
I remember when we were little and finding out people were having TVs, right? And of course, we want one of those too, right? But I remember my dad had many things he did. We won't get into him too much, but one of the things that he did do, he was a photographer, and he was passionate about photography. And I got that from him, and he nurtured that part of me. But he was the cameraman uh, for television. He was a cameraman, and he's like, no, no, this is just programming. I mean, we got that from when we were little. He said he knew then that. So
Wow.
I knew from the get go, from a little kid, not to trust what was coming across that. And when we were little, we could only watch certain things. We were very restricted in what we could watch, and mostly we did it as a family. So we could watch Lawrence Welk show. I don't know if you remember the Lawrence Welk
No.
show. It was a guy with a symphony. And you could watch that, and he would have some ballroom dancers, so we could see that. And I think that there wasn't too much more we could really watch on the TV, because my, you know, that it was highly, my dad knew then it was being manipulated.
I first time actually hear from somebody that already somebody knew that it is manipulated already
Mm-hmm.
so many years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. So the ilk that he hung out with, the people he hung out with, he would have known that information. He would have known. And in some ways I'm so grateful, because I got that information, so I knew as I was growing up to, not put my attention on it. Of course, it was in our lives, right? But it was not a big part of our lives. It wasn't like it is today. I see kids just being stuck in front of a TV all day long. They're programmed all day long with seemingly things that are not troublesome, like all the Disney stuff. But if you look at that stuff is shit. That stuff is total programming. I look at, the little girls that have to be princesses and have to have, my granddaughter's like that, right? Has to have all these ball dresses and gowns, and they're just being programmed to a false identity. And that's why I tell her when she's playing princess, I go, "Oh, we're pretending we're princesses." And I emphasize the pretend, because it's not who we are. It's for, they want us to think that being a princess is better than just being who you are. And so then we get back to my original premises about discovering who you are and learning how to create. You must discover who you are, not who the box tells you to be, not who the commercial tells you to be, but just truly just discover who you are. And who you are is miraculous. We that and go back to that, created in the image. We have a capacity for imagining and creating and seeing. That's it's beautiful. I mean, they talk about how wonderful AI is. We are wonderful, but that is hidden from us. So part of my job is to help people wake up to remembering who they are and connect to that and be a part of that. And your whole world will support you in that.
Yeah, one thing what you said when we started, you said that you could like say no to all this pushing to something. Somebody is pushing you forwards and trying to get you where you're supposed to be. Yeah, but I won't agree with that, because I don't think you can actually say no. At some point, you want or not, you
You
have to
can say
say yes.
no, but your life will not be fabulous.
Welcome when I been at scene and done it, get the t-shirt.
Mhm.
Because I was, first of all, I was pushed to come to England for different reasons, but I was literally have to change my country, because for my growth I won't be able to grow where I grow up. Yeah, so I changed country. I came here, and then I worked in a factory, 3 shifts and very hard work. Yeah, and it gave me time and it gave me resources to actually learn, because I learn counseling, psychotherapy, I learn life coaching, I learn all Reiki and all so on. Yeah, and I had time and resources to push myself to limits really and learn all this stuff. Yeah, but then when was next step when I done this? Yeah, that was like you said, the life was completely miserable. I went to work, I went like with tears in my eyes every single day.
Yep.
Yeah, because I knew it's not my place. I knew it's nothing to do with me. I knew I'm wasting time there, but I have to hang on with my paycheck, yeah,
Yep.
because I have to support myself. And for quite long time, I just say no to universe, even if I knew 100% my way is not there, I'm on the wrong path.
Yep.
Yeah, I still say no. But what happened to me? I started to have falls, one after another and after another. To be honest, I lose count how many falls I had. Yeah, and looking at my stubbornness, yeah, I was sort of having picking up fight with universe. Who will win, universe or I? Yeah, and on end, obviously, universe win. Yeah,
Yep.
and I had to give up because after last fall, I couldn't. There was even with tears in my eyes, I won't be able to go through 8 hours of continuous running around.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
so so I had to give up. Yeah, but that wasn't easy. It wasn't easy choice. It wasn't easy time for me, and you know
Yep.
how far
Yep.
down I was. Yeah, I
Yep.
needed actually your help to bring after how it was age rejection. Uh, this meditation, we managed to get the root of the problem and we
Yep.
managed to release everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it wasn't easy time for me, horrible time for me when you have to, you don't have a choice, you have to go this way.
Exactly. You do. And when you and then when you say yes to it, then you get supported in it. And when we decide to clear away all the blocks of what keeps us from doing that, like you did that beautiful piece of work, and you've blossomed from that
Hmm.
from that point. You know, no more resistance, no more
Hmm.
no more resistance to the growth, no more resistance to the path. It's just, oh, okay, now
Hmm.
now I'm just doing it. I'm just being here. I'm just, it's not hard. It's so graceful and easy. But I think we're so programmed it needs to be hard. But the truth is, it's gentle, it's beautiful, it's easy, it's an unfolding. But too many times I think about people are so eager to become the full blown rose, right? To be, the whole thing, but they miss all the beauty of becoming a bud. And I've seen people when they've gotten buds, they take and try to open up the bud. Well, you kill the flower, you kill it when you gotta let it unfold. You can't pull it open to make it be a full rose. Let it be the bud. It's perfect in its bud state and it will unfold. And kind of identifying, where are you in your flowering state? Where am I in that flowering state?
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. Yeah.
What else we today talking about? We have another 20 minutes. I think maybe it's time for our meditation.
It could very well be. Again, you know what? Something I just got to say that lately we've just been so just spontaneous with what comes forward, and I appreciate that. You know, in the beginning when we started playing together and hanging out together, I'd get direct messages about what to say, what to do, and I'm not getting those anymore, and I'm good with that, because it's about being in the flow of it, being in the present moment, because all the planning would have happened in the past, even if it was an hour or two before. That's still the past. So it allows us to be spontaneous, and just like me getting up to that vortex spot and hearing I needed to leave, right? So it's like follow that, and then that spontaneity, that willingness to follow that allows spontaneity in, okay, where is it you want me to go? Who can I be in service for today? And just immediately I knew who that was. I knew where I needed to go, and it was so perfect for this person. It brought joy to them to be remembered, to be thought of, to be um, you know, just go hang out with someone and be present for them.
But remember, Morgan, when it was, I think, previous our chat or one before, remember when we go again by your guidance and we just chatted and came up with things, yeah? And then you pull cards
Mm-hmm.
afterwards, and those cards actually said the same, exactly
Exactly.
same thing what we've been just talking about. And I'm pretty sure if you pull cards now, it would be the
Yep.
same thing.
It would be the same thing, because it's where we are. The universe can only outpicture where you are. So it's so beautiful. Yeah. So why don't we do meditation? Because that seems
Yes,
perfect. That seems perfect
yes.
for,
Let's
for
let's do meditation.
And so I just began by inviting everyone who is listening and those who will be listening later to intend to become present right now. Take a breath in. Make that your intention to be present in the eternal now with your breath, with your awareness. And I invite you to become present within your body. And we'll start with that body first. Your body, and you've heard me call it your body temple, because it is what houses your soul, your spirit. It's what brings the animation to this third dimension, this world of manifestation, this physical body. And just get present with your physical body, the physical body that is the flesh and the bones and the chemical makeup and the biology. Just be present to it. And be present to how you hold your body. What do you think about your body? How do you feel about your body? Be honest. Be truthful. For many years, I hated my body. I did not want a body. Be careful with that. Now I become present to my body, in my body. I give to this body beautiful food, beautiful thoughts, and beautiful feelings. I invite you to come home to your body temple. Take a breath in. Invite that breath throughout your body, your beautiful body temple. Becoming present to your body. And also notice if there's any places within your body that you have discomfort or holding energy, or maybe your body temple has a dis-ease in it. Take a breath into it. It's just dis-ease. Bring love to it. Bring attention to it. Become present in your body. Perhaps in becoming present to your body, you can feel the energy. Be with your body, present. And now we are going to invite being present into your mind. And I differentiate this with your thinking mind. Becoming present to your thoughts. Take a breath in. What thoughts do you hold? What thoughts are dominant? Be present. Become aware of what you're thinking. Are you thinking thoughts of love, creation, peace, joy, adventure? Or maybe you're thinking thoughts of not good enough, or trying to be someone else, or angry thoughts, jealous thoughts. Be honest with yourself. What are you thinking? Come present to your thinking. Because it's only when you become present to it that you have the capacity then to choose what you think. Becoming present with our thoughts. And when you become present with your thoughts, you can choose another thought, and another thought, and another thought. For we live in an infinite mind of thought, and we just choose one, and sometimes they choose us. And when they choose us, we need to be very aware about that thought. Is that mine? Is that the universe's? Is that a frightened parent's? Be conscious, be present with your thinking. We'll now become present with our emotions. Take a breath in. Emotions, energy in motion, energy in motion, emotion, unless you're not. And then you're stuck. What are you stuck on? What feelings? Become present to how you feel. What are the emotions that are flowing in you or emotions that are stuck in you? What are you feeling in your body temple? Are you feeling sadness or suffering or sick or whatever? Or are you feeling joy? Are you feeling at peace? Are you feeling bliss? What are you feeling? Come present to your feeling and take a moment now and take a breath in and just acknowledge, what am I feeling right now? Just acknowledge that sense within you that senses and feels. What are you feeling? Be present to how you feel, what you feel. And now we will become present to our soul. Our soul, that aspect of us that is animated in this world, our purpose here, why we came here, what is our soul? Become present to your soul energy. It's bigger than the human energy, yet it is allowing and using the human part of us to carry out its own mission. Become present to your soul and to its mission here. Take a breath in. Being present to our soulful self. Being present to why we are here. And next, we will become present to our spiritual nature. Take a breath in. Spirit is everywhere present. Everywhere present. And when we become in alignment with the presence of everywhere presence, we become in alignment with the divine, with God, with Creator. Become very present to your spirit self, that which is got no form but can assume all form. Spirit. The divine, the life spark, the energy that animates us. Spirit. Take a breath in. And as we have become present with our spirit, with our soul, with our emotions, with our thinking body, with our physical body, allow yourself to become present with all of that at once. Take a breath in. And I invite everyone to move into their heart, present in your body, present in your mind, present in your soul as a soul, present in your spiritual nature, connected to all that is. And breathe in and breathe out. Seemingly, that's the body doing that breathing in and breathing out, but it is your spiritual self that is got it automated, that offers the breath to breathe. Becoming present to all that we are. And so I invite each of you this day to come home to yourself, to come present to yourself. To take that time to remember and awaken your authentic self. Fall in love with your authentic beingness. Nurture all these aspects that you are present to right now. Nurture. Give to authentic self all that it needs to open and flower and grow. Take a breath in. Anchor that within your body temple, within your mind, within your emotions, within your soul, within your spirit, to just be present now, the eternal now, always now, for there is no past, it is over, and the future has not unfolded yet. All of those are in the eternal now moment. And so just take this time to be present to who you are, what you are, how you think, what your mission is, where you're from, and allow these experiences with the presence in the present moment to guide you, to nurture you, and to give to you all that is needed. Take a breath in and just let it all out with a big audible ah. As we give thanks for the opportunity to come together today, to join in mind and heart, to fully awaken to who we are, what we are, where we are, right here, right now. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Morganne.
Welcome.
Another beautiful meditation. Thank you, everybody who watching us. Thank you, everybody who will be watching us. I think you managed to learn something today. Is there, Morganne, something else what you want to tell an end to our viewers?
Just go practice being present in the now. Practice.
Exactly. So, go practice being present, being now, because this is only moment you actually have. So, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube video channel so we'll be able to reach more people. And see you next time.